Hey, welcome. This is a basic CVT oil change. It's not I'm not an expert. There are no videos showing this brand. I've got my winter tires on just as of today. This vehicle, it's got the same CVT as all of them, but just a couple nuances, especially taking the auxiliary external filter off. The last thing is that my dealership actually said, oh, well, we don't even change the external filter. So I'm like, okay, glad I did, because you'll see why. What I did choose to do is get the genuine fluid. I'm sure you can use anything else, but this is the first time I've ever done this. So anyways, let's dive into it. Okay, I'm going to change the CVT oil and 2 filters. First time ever doing this in my Mitsubishi Outlander, but I'm posting this because I went to Amazon and of course got stuff on there and it's really hard to figure out what CVT you have. And then I received it, and there was a gentleman who posted about how to do this, and he said these Amazon gaskets are junk. So I thought, like, maybe I should get it from the dealer. Of course, my dealer suggests not changing the filters, which blows my mind. I'm at 160,000 kilometers, so I'm not going to listen to that. So we ordered from a Mitsubishi dealer, so you can see the difference in the gasket. This is the gasket here. This is this rubber thing, so it's junk, so we'll send that back. And of course, I was guessing my best, trying to figure out which CVT. So this is actually from the dealer, from Amazon. So that is going back. And then, of course, this is the pan filter from the dealer. And then this is the one that came from Amazon. So I'm not oblivious to the fact that making sure I got the right parts. So my advice is that, and then I got a gasket. So my advice, we'll see how this goes, is make sure you know what product you're getting from Amazon, because it can be really tricky, because I was really worried about dropping the pan, doing all this stuff and having the wrong thing. We'll see how it goes. So I realized that during the editing process, this video is very choppy, so I highly recommend watching another video. This is just kind of giving you the nuts and bolts. It's easily done on Outlander 2022 because there are no videos about it. It's the regular CVT, like any videos. There's a couple really great ones that go over some details. And but I will say I love the vehicle. It's just snowing like crazy. It's the first snow of the year, and this all-wheel drive is super helpful. Okay, here we go. First problem. Now I figure out. So I'm sure you've watched other videos. And here's our external filter. Before I started the oil change, I wanted to make sure I could get this external filter off and get that little bolt on the top. So the problem is that where the wrench is hanging, there's actually a bracket.
This freaking bracket's in the way. I can't get a wrench to get in. See that little bolt way at the top there? You can see it right there. Okay, got the bracket loose. Think I can get a wrench in there now. That was just a 10 millimeter little bolt, so I think we're good to get that little. Okay. More difficulty. So this is the only thing I can get in there to fit.
So what I did was we loosened all the external filter bolts just to make sure that wasn't going to be the bottleneck. So we were able to do that, and then we emptied the oil out of the transmission, left the external filter on until all the oil was drained. Now, I don't have a scannering tool, an MUT, so what I elected to do was try to measure the outside pan temperature and the oil temperature coming out. So you'll see this with an infrared temperature gauge. I didn't really find it was effective. It was really hard to guess. So, and what this is useful for is you need to figure out the temperature, need to make sure the temperature for the last fill is at the right temperature. I'm trying to say it properly. So I'm doing this with my 16-year-old son number 2, and he's just loosening the bolts until we drop the oil out of the pan, which is right here. So we're just finishing up. So by now what we've done is we've drained the transmission pan, and he's trying to get the external filter off. So he fiddled with it because he didn't really, we did this on our Outlander, Can-Am Outlander, very similar filter change. It was a lot of work. And he had a difficult time trying to get the little filter off, and essentially you just got to pull it off and kind of kink the filter inside. Now it makes it more challenging. I don't have any video about putting this back on, but I know there are lots of videos online about putting it on. So you have to kind of angle it properly to get that off. We did collect all of the fluid and try to replace it, but honestly, I just followed the manual. It was just so much easier and more predictable to empty the overfill and drain the overfill while the car is idling. So much easier because there's no dipstick.
New filter, old filter. Oil is really dirty. New O-ring too.
So what we're doing now is we put the external filter back on and we're going to tackle the pan filter. So we need to undo all of these 10 millimeter bolts all the way around. And just like other videos, we kept one on the front and one on the back and then we lowered the pan towards the back.
This is all metal.
Really?
So it's a magnet. So we gotta, look at that. It's all metal particles. These are little magnets. There's 3 of them here. So I got, the sludge. It's not bad. So we gotta clean all this metal. Valve train. There's a filter. Definitely metal in it. For certain. Oh, it's cold. It's like 1 degree Celsius. Okay, let's take this off. Yeah.
So this is a general color of all the transmission oil that came out. This is from the pan filter. I mean, it needs to be changed.
It does, yeah. So we'll measure this too. Cleaning the magnets. Just took some brake cleaner, cleaned this just like any other video.
Put it back in?
Yeah, it's on there.
Oh, I don't know what you're
Just pick, I don't think it matters. Got metal shavings right here. Yikes. Okay. Lost another probably 200 mils of fluid. Just double check and make sure they're the right ones.
So I had prepared for about 2 weeks and visualized doing this whole procedure because I do lots of other things, but this is the first time I've taken a transmission apart, kind of, to change the filters.
This is a
So that was
rewarding
really
moment,
helpful,
to be honest.
watching the other videos
Put on.
and seeing how all the different people do different things.
It's green, eh?
Whoa, that's sick.
Okay, so best I got 33. Inside's probably about 35. Transfer case is 24. So I don't really know where the sensor is, but nothing's leaking. So we're gonna double check. Oh yeah, of course there's no dipstick, so we're just running this. It's currently at roughly 26 degrees. It's gotta be 35 to 45, so we'll run it for a bit and then do it again. This is
So according to the manual, this is just a repeat video clip. According to the manual, you have to drain and fill it a few times. I think it's really helpful because there's no dipstick to follow this procedure. And I've seen this in a few other videos. It's so helpful. So what I did was I drove around the block after this, got the temperature up a little bit warmer, and then re-drained it, and then we're good to go. So hopefully this is helpful. It's choppy. I sincerely apologize. But it gives you kind of the idea about this Outlander 2022. Cheers. So here are some snippets from the manual. Ironically, I found this thing about the oil pan, the CVT pan as I'm editing the video. So here's the fluid replacement. So I followed it pretty much almost line by line, except for this. I didn't fill through the overflow. I just used the fill tube in the engine bay. And there's a video about how to get that stupid little top off. It's so simple, but it's really convoluted. Anyways, use these screen captures to follow the process, and then it'll talk about how to run the engine, empty the overflow and whatnot. So hopefully that's really helpful.